Hi, today I'm going to be making chicken pesto Florentine. Got all of my ingredients ready. So for this recipe, you're going to need cut up garlic, 2 cloves. I have 2.5 chicken breasts, 2 cups of spinach, 2 tablespoons of pesto, Roma cheese, shredded, and I am using the penne pasta, and it's gluten-free. So, and I have the noodles on cooking, so that is getting ready. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and put it right into my pan. Get that nice and ready. Get that cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that up nice and high. And then I'm also going to add in the garlic. So you want the garlic in the oil while it cooks, because you want the garlic to cook through so it's not too strong. So cooking my garlic, mixing it all up in there. You also want for this recipe Alfredo sauce. I went ahead and made mine so it's ready, but white Alfredo sauce. And in that pan, turn it on low. If you want to make yours from scratch, you can go ahead and do that. I made mine ahead of time just so it was ready. And in that pan, pan I suppose, you're going to go ahead and add the 2 tablespoons of pesto. Add that in there. And while that's cooking, mine is reheating. Go ahead and just mix that around in there really nice. And you'll hear your garlic starting to simmer from the olive oil. When you think that that's about done, go ahead and add in your chicken to that pan. Now, you may be asking, how do you know if the garlic is cooking? It'll turn a little brown, so I'll show you. Here's mine. See it? It's a little brown in there, getting a little darker. And this is what the pesto looks like. Looking good. So now that my garlic is cooking, add in my chicken. Now I'm going to go ahead and scoop it. Go ahead and cook the chicken up in there with the garlic. Mix it around really good. And just go ahead and let that cook. Turn it on a little lower because you don't want your chicken to burn. So put the lid on. Make sure too you're also keeping an eye on your Alfredo with the pesto in it. Making sure that it's not boiling or overcooking or anything. You want that to cook nice and slow. One other thing that you want to get ready next is your spinach. You're going to do 2 cups of spinach. You're going to add the spinach in with the chicken when that is done cooking. The chicken is cooking nicely. Mix the pasta around, make sure that's cooking good. Now, if you like a little seasoning on your chicken, our family really likes spicy kind of stuff, so what I like to add to our chicken is a little bit of crushed red pepper. It just brings a little bit of bite, not too much, maybe just a pinch. So maybe just put some in your hand and you can kind of see. I'm going to add that to the cooked chicken now while it's cooking, so then it kind of covers everything and cooks in there so it doesn't hold its spice for too much. Hold too much spice, I should say. Check on my Alfredo sauce back here. It's cooking nice and slow. Smelling delicious. You can add a little bit of pepper too if you want. It doesn't call for it in the recipe, but we like to add a little pepper to ours. And if you're a big salt fan, I always suggest using the sea salt, and they have the grinders for it. I think I've got one. Yep, the sea salt grinders, better option. Alright, now that your chicken is starting to brown and is nice and done, in the middle. I'll cut one open really quick. Yep, nice and done. Now you can go ahead and add your spinach. And always, if your pasta isn't done, don't start. I'm going to go ahead and check our pasta to see how much time we have. Need a little bit more time on the pasta. In the meantime, the chicken is about ready, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that on low and cover it up just so it stays warm. Doesn't cook too much more. You don't want it to burn, of course. And after the pasta's done and I strain it out, that's when we're going to add the spinach and then the pasta to that pan. Of course, keep mixing your Alfredo sauce with the pesto. Alright, now that the pasta is getting closer, I'm going to go ahead and show you what else we're going to have to accompany our meal. These are the Alexa All Natural Ciabatta Rosemary and Olive Oil buns. So I got these just to go ahead and try them. They're only about 120 calories. There's some fiber. I mean, it's not gluten-free, so it's not the best for you, but, you know, we just decided to try them because I've been really enjoying this Alexa brand. So, for those, you want to preheat the oven to 400 and follow the directions in the back. They only take about 10 to 12 minutes because they're already pre-cooked. Alright, now that the pasta is getting closer to being done, all done. Go ahead and strain it. And what I'm going to do is when I'm done straining, I'm just going to go ahead and dump it right back into the pan and let it sit for a minute while I mix the spinach into the chicken. So, put that right back in there. Alright, so that's just going to sit tight. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix the spinach into the chicken. Spinach. Pour it right over the top. Ooh, this is going to be so good. Alright. So, spinach is on top of the chicken. From there, go ahead and dump the pasta over the top of that. Very good. And you know, you're going to notice sometimes that you might not have big enough pans. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this into a bigger pan. Alright. Do a bigger pan. Go ahead and mix it up really good. And so far it should look something like this. I'll show you here. Got the chicken and the pasta and the spinach. Very good. Okay, now from there, what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go ahead and add in the Alfredo sauce. And make sure that you turn the burners off, because my husband is not very good at that. Scrape that in there nice and good. Make sure you get it all. Alright, get that out there. Now you want to mix it up really good. Make sure it coats it really good. Ooh, smells so good. Alright, now give you a quick look of what it looks like finished in the pan. Alright. Looking delicious. Yum. Alright. So now, if you're going to want to see the end product completely finished on my plate, you'll have to visit my blog. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.